Hello, everybody. In this video, I'm going to be talking about Tauruses and what I think is their propensity to be hypochondriacs. I think a lot of people have this problem where basically they're hypochondriacs. They make up illnesses that aren't really theirs. And also, like the not antisocial, but the non social elements of Taurus. All of this comes to mind because I'm watching Hitler's Circle of Evil, and I just got done with episode 5, which basically talked a lot about Rudolf Hess. Rudolf Hess was a Taurus, just like me, um, and I've known Tauruses, and they're pretty cool. But lately, I have been seeing this kind of like, I don't know, pattern, because I include myself in this pattern. So I'm gonna basically just share with you and my thoughts of what I looked for through ChatGPT. So first of all, I just asked this straight up, like, are Tauruses or do Tauruses have a propensity to be hypochondriac? Why or why not? And this is very interesting. It actually told me that there are three things here to consider. First of all, there's a concern for physical comfort since Tauruses are an earth sign that deals with corporal body things, right? Physical things. So it's associated with the material world and the body. And this concern, it says, with physical comfort and well being, might make them more attentive to bodily sensations or changes. Key word right there, too, for a Taurus, leading some to worry excessively about potential health issues, right? So we're more inclined to feel our bodies, right, than most signs, all earth signs. Second, resistance to change. Taurus individuals are often seen as resistant to change and may cling to routines. If they feel unwell, even minor symptoms could disrupt their routine and trigger high-end concern, right? So this is because we're used to a certain way of life, right? Of our body or of feeling our body sensations, things. So all of a sudden, when something's off, even a little off, we detect that, right? We're very, like, we're able to notice irregularities in things that are supposed to be consistent, right? And the stubbornness element, of course, their stubbornness nature might lead them to fixate on a perceived health issue, refusing to be reassured by medical professionals until their concerns are fully addressed. Now, I said I like that. It makes sense that Taurus is a Taurus sign is associated with stability and physical and corporal stability at that, and any minor sudden change may make them think that they are sick or have something, especially when that they have something wrong with them. Especially when they have a fixed mindset, that may make them hard for them to change. And ChatGPT was basically like, yeah, exactly. Taurus's association with physicality and stability means that their comfort zone often revolves around feeling grounded and secure, including in their health. Any disruption, like an unexpected ache or symptom, could feel like a bigger deal to them than it might to others, right? And especially other signs, I'm thinking. Their fixed mindset can amplify this reaction because they may struggle to adapt quickly to changes or to accept that the sensation might be fleeting or harmless. Super, super important. This need for stability might explain why they could overanalyze health concerns, interpreting even minor shifts as something serious. On the other hand, their practicality might eventually lead them to seek logical solutions or professional reassurance. It's a fascinating blend of traits, it says. And I said, yeah, Taurus is known for being quiet but overanalyzing and thinking a lot. Does this phenomenon get more profound as they age? And how can Taurus use practicality and other traits to fight this phenomenon? And it says, yes, we have grounded decision making. Taurus excels at breaking problems into manageable steps, which is super true. When they feel overwhelmed by health concerns or overthinking, they can lean on their practical side to assess facts and seek expert advice rather than relying on their imagination. We have the routine and stability. We have mindful practices, selective overthinking, and building trust in others. So for all of this, I was like, Rudolf Hess is a victim of hypochondriac, or was a victim of hypochondriac, and he was actually also a victim of being excluded socially, which is the next topic I'm going to be talking about. So I asked, why do Tauruses sometimes feel ignored socially? Like they like to socialize, I like to socialize and talk, but somehow we're always excluded. And it says that there's a subtle communication style. So we tend to communicate in calm, steady, and non dramatic ways, right? We're very practical, we're very direct, very out there. While it could be a strength, it says, in a social setting dominated by louder and more assertive personalities, our quiet approach or our quieter approach may unintentionally get overshadowed. We're also selective socializers, so we prefer to form deeper, more meaningful connections over superficial ones, right? So they may seem withdrawn in larger groups or with people they don't trust completely. Perceived predictability. Their love for routine and stability can sometimes make them seem predictable or less exciting to others who thrive on novelty, right? And loyal mismanagement. Tauruses value loyalty deeply and often expect it in return. They may seem so attached. They may become so attached to a few close relationships that they unintentionally exclude themselves from broader social circles, making them feel left out over time. And a fixed mindset in social settings. As a fixed sign, Taurus can sometimes resist adapting to changing social dynamics or cliques. If they feel slighted, and this is true, they might withdraw further than addressing the issue or finding new ways to engage. And I said, why do Tauruses straight out sometimes feel like they want to socialize, and they do, but find themselves getting ignored often? And then when they sit alone quietly in a group setting, they get asked, why are you so quiet? And why don't you talk? Right? When we already attempted to do that, we already attempted to socialize, and people just kind of ignored us, right? So again, it says quiet but subtle presence, right? Taurus is known for the calm and grounded demeanor. So it could be a strength, but again, this kind of gets in the way. And when they withdraw after being ignored, others suddenly notice the lack of interaction and may interpret it as an intentional silence, not realizing Taurus already tried to join in because people are just dumb like that and they don't keep track of things, right? Energy mismatch in group settings, why they get asked why they're quiet. So again, Taurus thrives on meaningful, slower paced interactions, and in fast paced group dynamics where the conversation jumps quickly, our thoughtful contributions might not align with the rhythm of the group, causing us to feel left out or interrupted. Um, and why they get asked why we're quiet. When Taurus gives up trying to keep up with the pace, others perceive their natural reflective silence as disengagement, even though Taurus may still be actively listening. There's also a strong desire for authenticity. So Tauruses seek genuine, deep conversations rather than small talk, right? When Taurus withdraws, people might notice their absence and mistakenly assume they're uninterested instead of recognizing the mismatch in conversational depth, right? So people don't notice that. We also have a quiet confidence about us. So when Taurus stays silent, their composed nature can make it seem like they're intentionally holding back, prompting people to asking questions, to question their quietness without realizing the underlying dynamics. And the self-fulfilling cycle of withdrawal. This is funny. If Taurus feels ignored, they may unconsciously pull back from the conversation, reinforcing the cycle of being overlooked, right? So once Taurus withdraws, the group may notice the change in energy and inquire about it, but only after initial attempts to connect were missed. So I found this to be fascinating, the hypochondriac phenomenon, and also this non-social element, because we do try to be social, but it's just like really hard because people are so superficial, right? Or I guess we're wrong because we try to get deep about things, right? We try to like actually talk about meaningful things. And like I said here, I love it that it says, our thoughtful contributions aren't really appreciated. People are just jumping around from one thing, I'm talking especially in very informal settings. And you may say, well, I have a Taurus friend who is very social. And it's like, yeah, you're probably in his inner circle. Because I think, if you're a Taurus and you have your inner circle, of course you're very social. I'm not talking about your inner circle. I'm talking more like at work, at school, right? Like more with outer circle in informal settings, right? Like hallway chit chat, small talk, these type of things. Tauruses can definitely come across as being like introverts, shy, and yeah, we get told a lot like, why are you so quiet, and it's like, well, you're not listening to what I'm saying, right? But anyway, I thought I'd share this. That's all I got for this episode. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, peace.